Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. I've missed you guys. I've been out and about meeting just amazing people. And guess who else I caught up with? Annette and Schoolie Carol. I even camped with them one night and then saw them several other days. But they're not quite ready for me to do an update, but I am going to get back with them and do an update for you on them. But I have so many things to share with you. I hope that you are going to watch an interview I did with a gentleman by the name of Rady. I'm not going to spill the beans and tell you everything about it, but do watch it. It should be posted by the time this video drops. It's just an enlightening video. That's all I can say. And I have so many others. I have a couple I interviewed. Oh, just a fun couple, Bubba and Kat, and so many other things, and just fun times to share. So come on to the live this Saturday at 3 o'clock, and I'll share with you some things that have been going on. But meanwhile, I'm going to do something that's a little bit different this time. It's something that can be either meatless or with meat, and it's really quite healthy, I think. Now, first of all, let me tell you what the ingredients are. If you're going to do it with meat, I either do some lean cuts of beef, or you can do it with chicken, about a pound. I do cut up red peppers, bell peppers. Also have a can, I just want to show you the size of the can, of water chestnuts, but drained. And I also am doing whole mushrooms that are sliced, actually whole mushrooms that are sliced. And then I have a little bit, about a tablespoon of minced garlic, a little bit of honey, Worcestershire sauce, you know I can't say that, a little bit of sesame oil that gives it a flavor, and also that I'm going to saute these vegetables in, some ground ginger, and then just salt and pepper to taste. I'm just putting it over 2 packs, 18 cents a pack of ramen noodles. You can put it over rice, you can put it over cauliflower rice, you can even put it over cabbage if you wanted, or even wilted lettuce, and have a wilted lettuce salad kind of. But it's a ginger beef, or it could be just ginger vegetables. So why don't we go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how easy it is to do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of sesame seed oil in here. You can really put any type that you want, but I just thought it would give it a little more flavor. And I'm going to put that in there and let my vegetables, I'm just going to soften them up a little bit, because I don't like them quite as crunchy as some people do. So while that is, turn this down a little bit. I don't want them to get, okay, so I have it on kind of a low. I'm not going to add my water chestnuts, my garlic, or my mushrooms now. I will add them at the end. But what I will do is I'm going to make up my sauce. Here's how I do my sauce. I added about a couple tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons of honey, good solid, maybe quarter cup, a little more Worcestershire sauce. I added a splash or so of vinegar. As I told you, I added some ginger, and pretty much with the honey, that's pretty much it. I get it all mixed up good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my meat, and I'm just going to let my meat soak in this, or marinate, I guess you'd call it, in this for a little while. Here, my hands are clean. I've got clean gloves on. So I'm just going to let my meat marinate in that and get it all. Now, what you could do, if you want your meat to have a little bit of a thicker sauce, you could add some corn starch to this, or make a slurry with some flour, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to have this be the sauce without a thick gravy. Okay, I've got some of my vegetables here, my green peppers, as I said, and my red peppers, just softening them up a little bit. And I'm, again, marinating this meat really good in this sauce. And you could use any kind of lean beef that you want, or chicken, or again, just do strictly vegetables. I've got my meat here. It's marinated in the juice. So I'm just going to add the juice, the meat, and everything to the pot. And I'm just going to let that cook up. And we're going to let that cook with the juice. And if it gets a little bit too strong, the flavor, you can always just add a little bit of broth to this. If you accidentally put a little bit too much ginger in here or vinegar, add a little bit of broth and that will dilute it some. So I'm going to let that meat cook up. And once this meat is cooked, I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. My water chestnut, my mushrooms, and my garlic. I don't really want them cooking so long as the meat will have to cook. And then we'll be back and we'll try it and let you know how it turned out. All right, this has been cooking. I had it covered up cooking for right around 20 minutes. And I did go ahead and cut this meat into smaller pieces because I realized I had the chunks were too big. So I cut them into smaller pieces. Now, what I've added to here is I've added some garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and now what I'm going to add, that the meat looks like it's pretty well done, about 20 minutes till it's cooked through. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add my garlic, my water chestnuts, and my mushrooms. And I'm just going to heat them long enough, about maybe 4 minutes or so, just until they're heated all the way through. I'm not trying to cook them, they're already done. I just want them to be heated up. And so I'm going to mix them real well in here. Get that garlic mixed in real well in here. And now you can see right here, you could do this without the meat. If you wanted to not have beef, you could do chicken. As I said, you could add chickpeas, and it would be just delicious. So you can see how this is all getting mixed in here, the garlic, and I added salt and pepper to taste, and you have to do that yourself, however much. Now you see this gravy here, it's not thick, I didn't thicken it. But if you wanted to thicken it, you could make a little slurry, take a little bit of that gravy, add a little bit of cornstarch, and then mix it back, integrate it back into the pot. But I didn't want a thick gravy today. Now I'm going to let that heat for about, like I said, 4 or 5 minutes, just long enough to heat them all up. And then we're going to serve them. As I showed you earlier on, I just have a plate of noodles here that they're just the ramen noodles, 18 cents a pack, and I've got 2 packs here. But again, I know I've said this before, but you can use it with cauliflower rice, with brown rice. I made this dish, but I made it a little bit differently for Carol and Annette. And Carol brought over some whole wheat noodles. So you can put it over anything you want, or even over cabbage. Or it's got enough vegetables in it that you don't even have to have a starch underneath it if you don't want. As you can see, all the vegetables, this is just a great dish in and of itself. And I think we're going to be maybe 1 more minute just heating these up, and then I'm going to plate it up, and we're going to come to our favorite part, the tasting. We'll be back in a sec. All right, we're going to dish this up. I've got the noodles here. Actually, the noodles are really secondary to the beef, but I'll add a few little noodles here. And then I want to add, oh my, I want to add some of this delicious, oh my, that looks good. With the water chestnuts, all the mushrooms, get a little bit of the juice, the sesame seed oil, a little bit of the peppers. Oh, my mouth is watering already. The mushrooms. Oh, yeah. I must stock this up here so I can. Okay, let's see how this is going to turn out. Oh, I got to get another handful, another spoonful here. Well, we're going to go. I'm going to sit down and let you see me enjoy this. Well, here we are. Let me say my blessing real quick. All right. I want to dig in and taste this seasoning on this peppers and that is good. Globies, this is delicious. If I had one suggestion, it would be to use a thinner meat, such as maybe a thin slice, and you can get it for a very reasonable thin slice of maybe sirloin, and then maybe cut it in strips instead. But this is really good. Even the noodles, I didn't break them up that much, so. A healthy, delicious, reasonably priced meal made on a butane stove. What more can you ask? Well, thank you so much for joining me. I have missed you all the last week or so that I've been out and about, but it was such an amazing experience, and I'm going to bring to you some interviews that I think you're really going to enjoy. Plus, I have some other things that I'm going to do that's a little bit different from the typical out and about. But stay tuned and you'll see. Meanwhile, I love you, missed you, glad to be back. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings. And don't forget, if you're new and haven't subscribed, hit that button up there. Doesn't cost you even a measly penny. And check in this Saturday at 3 o'clock Pacific time for our live. I will be live again. And also, we're changing out and abouts to Tuesday. Typically I don't record or do anything on Sundays. Out and abouts or cooking or anything on Sundays. So by not working on Sundays, it's really making it kind of a grind to get an out and about up and aired on Mondays. So we're going to change the out and about dates to Tuesday. So check for Tuesday out and about, Thursdays cooking shows, and Saturdays live. I'll see you later, Globies. Bye.